Hello everyone, today we are going to see a new course for the first year Baccalaureate on Functions, Unit 8, Making and Responding to Suggestions. Source, Gateway to English, pages 111 and 112. So look at this picture. So what are these people doing according to you? And what do you think the standing person is trying to do? I can suggest. Okay, so as you can see, I can say that this person is the boss of a company or of a firm or factory or association, and he's trying to make like a reunion with his employees. So he said, all right, now China, Korea, and Britain, what do you suggest we do? So maybe they are talking about the coronavirus. So the people here are making a reunion to talk about the coronavirus and what are going or what they can they do to solve the problem. So the person here or the boss is asking for suggestions. Look at the answers or the responding to his suggestions. The first person said we can do like ban transport. We can limit the transportation to the country. The girl said we lock down the cities, means we close the cities to let people out of the cities. The other guy, he was funny a little bit and he said just wash your hands, bro, which means just wash your hands and you are going to be safe without locking down the cities or ban transportation. And this answer made him to be thrown from the office. That's it. Okay, so here just to speak about suggestions and responding to suggestions. So definition of suggestion. Suggestion is the psychological process by which one person guides the thoughts, feelings, or behavior of another person, and it can be the synonym of proposal, proposition, commendation, or recommendation, or advice. So the suggestion بالعربية هي الاقتراح اللي هو psychological process by which one person guides the thoughts هي الأفكار, feelings هما الأحاسيس, or behavior تصرفات of another person تاع شخص آخر. كيجيدي guides كيجيديو بها الأفكار والأحاسيس تاع شخص آخر. So we are going to see now some expressions on how to make and respond to suggestions with examples. So making suggestions. So we can have let's. So this is an example for let's. Hey Kamal, let's revise our courses. Let's هي لما لا, for example, or هي. What about plus verb plus ing. 2. What about, for example, what about going to the movies next Sunday? What about going to the movie next Sunday? As you can see, go is a verb plus ing. How about plus verb plus ing plus question mark? Let's do. So how about going to visit my cousin? How about plus verb to go plus ing to visit my cousin? For example, how about watching a movie? For example, how about watching a movie? How about writing a letter? Write plus ing. Okay, so why don't plus subjects plus question mark? Subjects are I, you, he, she, we, and so on and so forth. So why don't we clean our garden? Why don't we clean our garden? Why don't he clean his car, for example? Okay, couldn't plus subjects plus question mark. Couldn't we stay here for a while? Couldn't we stay here for a while? مش ما نقدروش نجلسوا هنا شوية. Okay, shall we plus subject, or shall plus subjects plus question mark. Okay, shall we pray together? Shall we pray together? واش نقدروا نصليو مجموعين together? Okay, shall we واش نقدروا. Okay, what would plus subject plus if question mark. Okay, what would we say, for example, or what would you say if, okay. ماذا تقول لو okay. What would you say if we play a football match؟ سموها تقول كان وشنو رأيك في الحقيقة، وشنو رأيك نلعبوا شي اوكي، ولكن سموها غادي تقولي لا نلعبوا شي ماتش نتاع هذه اوكي. Don't plus subjects plus think it is a good idea too. Don't you think it is a good idea, for example, don't you think to go it's a good idea to visit the park? Don't you think it's a good idea to visit the park? Does it matter if plus subjects? Does it matter if plus subjects plus question mark? For example, does it matter if we keep quiet? واش نقدروا نسهروا شوية سكتوا okay. Would plus subjects plus like to. Would you like to, for example, go for a walk? Would you like to go for a walk? Okay, شنو رأيك نمشيو نتمشاو. Let's go to. Let's go to, for example, a cafe or the cafe. Let's go to the cafe. I suggest أقترح. I suggest to finish this work as soon as possible. Okay, I suggest to finish this work as soon as possible. I suggest أقترح. Would we could هي نقدروا we could attend the show if you want. نقدروا نحضروا العرض إذا بغيت. Okay. We might as well as نقدروا كذلك we might as well help in this crisis. Okay. نقدروا نعاونوا في هاد الأزمة. Okay. So responding to suggestions can be either accepted or refused. So responding to suggestion, we have accepting suggestions and we have refusing suggestions. For example, if we accept, we can say yes, or refuse, we can say just no. Okay, to suggestions. الاقتراح كنقدروا نردوا عليه بجوج ديال الطرق اللي هي الاكسبت هي القبول او الرفض. Responding to suggestion, first accepting suggestion. We can accept suggestions by saying yes, okay, let's, or yes, I'd love to. What a good idea. Why not? لماذا؟ Yes, with pleasure. نعم بكل سرور. Yes, I feel like taking a walk. I feel like taking a walk. Yes, I like to. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Yes, that's not a bad idea. Brilliant! These are some accepting responses to suggestions. Count me in two. Count me in two. Look at this conversation between Nizar and Anas. Nizar said, "Hey Anas, couldn't we stay here for a while?" Anas, "Yes, that's not a bad idea." Nizar, how about going to the market after that?" Anas, "Why not? So, shall we pray first?" Nizar, "Yes, with pleasure." Anas, "Don't you think it is a good idea to take Ayub with us?" Nizar, "Yes, I'd love to." These are some suggestions and responses to suggestions. So, refusing a suggestion can be done by as follows. We can say no, let's not. لا علاش ما نديروش داكشي okay, or I don't feel like I like it. I don't feel I like it. ما كنحسش براسي باغي ندير داكشي okay. Well, I'd rather okay أنا كنفضل okay. I dislike going for a walk. I dislike going في الحقيقة I dislike going okay, or I dislike لا أقبل ولا أحب okay. What an awful or bad idea. What an awful هي شي حاجة اللي ماشي مزيانة bad okay idea أو هي فكرة. I'm not sure about that idea. لست متأكدا من تلك. I'd love to but بغيتها ولكن كاين واحد المشكل. اوكي I don't think it will work. ما لا اظن انها داكشي غادي يخدم. اوكي I don't think I can. ما قدرش. اوكي I'm not very keen on. ما انا لست معجبا بهذاك الشيء هذاك. اوكي so this is a conversation between Nizar and Anas again. So hey Anas, couldn't we stay here for a while? واش نقدر نجلسوا هنا شويه؟ Well I'd rather prefer to move from here. حسنا ولكن بغيت نتحركوا من هنا. How about going to the market after that? شنو ظهر لك نمشيو للسوق. اوكي Anas, I'm not sure about that idea. What would you say if we go for a walk? شو نتمشاو. I don't feel I like going for a walk. So these are some rules on how can we form suggestions. Rules, okay, on how to make or structure suggestions. This is, we have suggestions plus verb and suggestions plus verb plus ing. So first, suggestions plus verb, we can have do you want to plus verb. Do you want to go, for example? Do you want to go? Okay, this is a suggestion. Would you like plus verb. Would you like to move from here, for example? Why don't you, or why don't we, or why don't they, okay, plus verb. Why don't we go for shopping, for example? We or you could plus verb. You could go, you could stay, you could hear, you could listen, you could write, okay? These are some. Let's plus verb. For example, let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk, okay? So this is, let's now move to talk about suggestions plus verb plus ing. So what about plus verb plus ing? What about looking for a job? What about watching a movie? Okay? Or how about plus verb plus ing? How about playing a match? How about working? How about, okay? These are some rules on how we can make suggestions. So these are important notes about suggestions. The first note is that the verb suggest can be followed by either should plus verb or verb in the subjunctive form. For example, should plus verb, I suggest that we should go to the theater. Okay, a verb in subjunctive, I suggest that we go to the movies. Okay, so suggest هو اقترح. فعل اقترح يمكن أن يتبع بإما should plus verb or a verb in subjunctive. Okay, in the second important note is that is optional. That is optional معناها بأن that هي اختيارية. نقدروا نديروها ونقدروا ما نديروهاش. For example, I suggest that we should visit Paris. كنقترح باش نفيزيتيو Paris. نقدروا نقولوا, we can say, I suggest that we should visit Paris, and it is correct. Okay, without that, it is correct. That's it for the important notes about suggestions. So let's now practice. Look at the situations given in the pictures and try to make 3 different suggestions using 3 different expressions. Follow the example. For example, you can see that the first picture says I'm sick, the second said I'm bored, and the third one I need a job. الأول مريضة, الثانية قنطان, والثالث خصو الخدمة. Okay, first one, I gave you the first example. انت خصك تعطيها suggestions in 3 different expressions. Using 3 different expressions غنستعمل 3 ديال العبارات مختلفة باش غتعطيها suggestion. اقتراح تقترح عليها تمدير. قالت لك أنا مريضة, I am sick. So I told her, why don't you go to see the doctor? Why don't you go to see the doctor? And خصنا تما question mark. Okay, and you can follow this example. Okay, using 3 different expressions for each example. For you now, you are going to copy this on your copybook, following the same order as usual. The date, Unit 8, functions, making it responding to suggestions, definition, then some rules with examples, and importance about suggestions. So up to you now. You are going to go to the pages 111, 112 and work on the given exercises from A to D. And you work on what is given on pages 111 and 112. Thank you very much, and see you next time inshallah in another course. Thank you.